I need to try and get this closer. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see here. Oof. Yeah, I did. Can you stop her from doing that? Hey, Orcs Paint Shop. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hey, Zelda. No. Jeez. All right. You, kitty. I'm just gonna put you here. There you go. Yeah, you're fine there. All right, all right. How's it going there, Works Paint Shop? You doing well? Hey, Zelda. Yeah, you're good. You're doing good. You're doing good. I'm all right. I'm all right. Let's see here. I'm just letting people know that we're online. We're going to continue with these kind of plague zombies I've got. Should be good. Should be good. Oh, is there not a one in this one? There does not seem to be. Okay, cool. So we're just going to drop that all the way down there. But yeah, I'm just letting people know we're online, keeping things pretty chill. You know, just going. Yep, there we go. You know, doing all the shout outs, all that jazz. Takes a while, but I'll be finished soon enough. But yeah, I'm thinking after this one, so I've got this guy here, which, you know, I was kind of experimenting doing his colors in Procryl. I was mostly just experimenting with Procryl, but I'm probably going to actually change it up, and I'm going to go with a greenish tone over top, because I wanted to find out how would the green stack on top of the purple. Will it look extra sickish? I don't really know. It was kind of like an experiment kind of thought, you know? So we're going to do that. We're going to see how it goes, and we're going to have some fun with it. That was the speed paint. I don't think he's got one for that. Got that, got that, got that. Not one in there, not one in there. So many servers. So many servers. I wonder if anyone ever actually checks in these, though. You know what I mean? Like, when I go into the everyone's like shameless self-promotion, is anyone actually coming in? I guess some people do, because I know Geeky Taniki started hanging out in the stream. Because of it. Cool. That's that. I'm going to close Discord because my computer already sounds really angry with me as it is. So let's try some of this out. I guess I should actually like officially finish this guy first, though, shouldn't I? All right, cool. We'll do that. We'll do that. Let's see. I've already got some of that color on the wet palette. Got all these like safety pins in here. Why do I have so many safety pins? All right. What's your latest project going on, Orcs Paint Shop? You got anything cool going? I know you're doing the dragon yesterday. Anything today? Any different, or just more of the dragon? Because I know that that orc, or that dragon comes with an orc riding it, so I presume that's what you're gonna go with on yours. Let's see, is that all right? I gotta turn off the aperture priority on this, otherwise it's just gonna keep going nuts. It does not like the black gloves. Alright, and we're going to turn that up. We're just going to keep going up on that exposure up until I think this is a nice, happy place right here. Cell phone can go over there. It doesn't need to be there. I need room for my elbows. Elbows are a thing. Elbows on the table. And while we're doing this, we're just going to touch up some of the areas on these boils that got a little too much wash on them. can see I missed a bunch of them over there. Hey, how's it going, Lynn Mitches? There we go. You know, this one holds its tip just a little bit better. I'm finding there's a lot of chaos in my desk right now, so I just need to like figure out what is going on here. I'm probably gonna have to clean up my desk this weekend. I feel like I need to add just a little bit of flow improver to this bottle, just directly in there. It wasn't this thick before a couple of days ago. I don't know if I left it without the cap on. I don't know what went on there. But we're just gonna fix that up. There's a lot of paint in there. But we're gonna add just a little bit of flow improver. 1, 2, 3. Just directly in the bottle. Put in a couple of agitators here, just a couple of big honkers, mix it up. Just big chunks of decorative glass because it is non-reactive. And hopefully I didn't overfill this. If I did, we're just gonna... Oh yeah, I totally overfilled that. That's fine. I'm just gonna go there and hope it doesn't squirt out. Yeah, oh, there we go. It's squirting out. Alright. That's fine. Gonna take a little bit of that off my brush. Yeah, put that over there. I've used this bottle a few times. I would have thought that there's a little bit more breathing space in there than there was. Let's see, alright. Alright, now hopefully that's going to be a bit better to use on my next time that I try using it. Let's grab some of the bits on there. Alright, that's good. That looks much more flowy. Not necessarily looking for a high flow, just want it to be usable without it drying up on me or stagnating. I did a little bit of work on this guy outside of stream because I was really wanting to get him really figured out. Because this is not a big centerpiece model. This is just a test on the scheme. Definitely a fun model though. Have a NSFL. Not safe for live? Do I ever feel like my grasp of reality is slipping? Yeah, I've been there before. I don't feel like that these days, but I've totally been there before. I think that's a pretty normal feeling for people to have. I don't think there's anything wrong with sometimes feeling like that at all. think it's especially easy to feel like that when you're in a tough situation. Things aren't necessarily going the way that you hope them to. But the best thing you can do is just keep going along, and things should hopefully sooner or later. Oh, that's part of the cloth. Oops. They should hopefully sooner or later kind of get sorted out, or things will calm down. But I mean, like, I suffer from a mood disorder, so I regularly have had to deal with the struggle of feeling like my grasp of reality was constantly in question. But I don't think that there's, it's necessarily unhealthy to feel like that. I think that most people, even if they're in a good state, one day or another are going to experience that feeling. So, yeah. I don't think it's anything wrong. Honestly, I think that we are often more cases than not, we will feel like things are worse than they are. Um, you know, I think to say that you should be institutionalized is rather extreme, and more than likely, you just are dealing with more stress than you might be able to cope with, which is a very common thing, especially in today's world. And given what your living situation is like, I mean, images, like, let's be frank here. You're often more often the most common times that you have these kind of questions is probably when you're with your parents. Am I incorrect on that? Because I mean, I've never, I don't know you remarkably well. I know you as a person through the internet, right? But I only ever see you experiencing these kind of things when you're with your parents. Like when you're in Germany with or like away from them, or like with one of your girlfriends. Like it's you never have these kind of well, at least you might have them, but you never express these feelings. So I think it's a little extreme to jump to something like that right now. People often feel at their worst when they are overburdened with stress or anxiety or discomfort. So before taking any kind of extreme measures, first try to remove yourself from the cause of your stress. After you've done that, give yourself some time to recover and recuperate, and see if you still feel that way. But what I do know for certain is that how you are when you are stressed, regardless of who you are, this applies to anybody. Um, how you are, how you feel, how you behave when you are dealing with a high level of stress regularly is going to be different than how you are when you are not dealing with overburdening levels of stress. That's just simply a matter of fact. In today's society, we often experience far more stress than we're really, like, wired to cope with. Which is why I have this mellow stream for people to come in and relax to. That's why I'm mellow minis and not stressful minis. Where's my dark wash? Or my strong wash? I need strong tone. Hi, Zelda. Hey. Got a little something stuck in my throat. I can hear it. Hopefully that gets rid of that. There we go. That's a little bit better. What is this, by the way? This is a... I call it the Bloated Burster. I don't like the name that Kamon uses for these zombies. They call them fatties, which I think is stemmed in a very long history of shaming fat people or overweight people, which is disgusting. So I call them Bloated Bursters because I like to think that the plague that has infected them has swollen their bodies, and that is the cause of this. Anyways, they're Bloated Bursters. They are a game piece from Zombicide Black Plague. They were exclusive minis from the Kickstarter. I was lucky enough to be able to get a pack of 4 of them from their warehouse Kickstarter, where they just sold off everything that they had excessive of in their warehouse. Yeah, I think there's a yeah. So I like them. They're super exciting. I only have 4 of them. They're kind of a little hard to get. So maybe some people might argue they're not the best for me to be testing color schemes on, but I don't know, whatever. I say to heck with that. Let's see if I could do up his face now. He's a little blah in there. Let's see here. Got some water, tasty water. There we go. So maybe for the inside of the mouth, because I really want him to be really plague-like. Where is my red contrast? It's one of my Blood Angels Red is my favorite contrast paint to use. So I use it in a little bit of a different way. Oh, I got some paints back here. Maybe that's where it is. Do I have it back there? No, I don't. Where is it? Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Heckity heck. Whoa. What is going on there? This is... Oh, it just separated. Okay. Am I missing a paint? I don't like it when I'm missing paint. Because it makes me worry that somewhere there's a tube of paint ready to explode if it gets squished. Alright, let's do a bit of an inventory here. I've got that. I've got those. Got this. That over there is blood for the blood god. Did I maybe hide it in here? Yes, I did. That's exactly where I put it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... As you can see on the inside of the mouth, it's all like... just blah. So what I'm hoping to do is, with a very fine mix, hopefully fine mix, of Plague Bearer flesh and Blood Angel's red, I'm going to maybe be able to achieve some kind of sick, gross... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to use Blood Angels. I'll use Volupus Pink. And hopefully that is going to give me some kind of cool effect. Yeah, I noticed that he was streaming at the same time as me. I was wondering if maybe this may be the only time that he's able to stream at. How you doing, Loki? Doing well? Oh, that is a nice, gross color. I like that. That's perfect. Alright. So, I don't want to get it everywhere, so I'm just going to take this here, which is... admittedly, very nice inks and the like. So I'm going to take this. It's a nice long bit, and we're just going to put that in there. Doesn't seem to want to stick in there. That's okay. What we can always do is we can apply a couple layers of it as it goes. Hey, Ravenarts. There's Ravenarts. Yeah, nice to see you, nice to see you. We have all tabs going on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's in the UK, so it's about like almost 9 p.m. for him. Having a hard day? I understand. Hey, don't do that, please. So I got that going. Hey. Let's see. It's a little bit more green than I need it to be necessarily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next little layer in pink. Just kind of see if this will get what I need. It'll at least make him look like he's got a bit of a bloody mouth. And then what I can do is I can paint the teeth individually. But one thing I've noticed with contrast paints is they dry like in a layer. Yeah, kind of what I mean by that is like the crevices that they fill, if you fill it up, it's going to dry solid. So it's better to do multiple thin layers than it is to... see, and now what I've done is I've wiped all of it up. That's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to do. What I'm getting at is you just don't want to fill everything in too deeply because you will fill gaps, you will fill holes. So I just want to do very light amounts. Ah, decent day, that's good. I like to hear that it's been a decent day. Okay, now let's do a little bit of khaki here. Where's that khaki color? All these colors that I try to use, I lose track of all of them. Maybe it's gonna be time to plan maybe a better storage. What are you up to, Ravenheart? I don't think I got to ask you. Working on anything cool? Doing good. Building models, Corvus Cabal, and lurking in a few streams. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I find that if you have like everything on a really like low volume, it's not too bad on the ears having more than one tab open. But, you know, it only works in some streams. If someone's like playing really loud music or something like that, it's significantly more difficult. That's a 4, 3. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you're trying to focus on something, go for it. Yeah, if you're thinking, like, I have a hard time listening to things while thinking. I can totally understand that. I can completely understand that. There we go. So I think, personally, if you are doing like wounds, like something that's like a big open sore, I find there is almost nothing that works better than the Blood Angels contrast paint. It's like, come take a look at this. Like, I really mean it. Like, look at that. That's just the contrast paint. I do this with everything now. Whenever there's like some kind of like gross sore that like, or like an injury that I'm working on, what I do is I white it out with ghost gray. I don't use a pure white. I use this. It's kind of like a bluish white, and then I slap on the contrast paint, and it works perfectly. And now, because I want it to look gross, I want it to look very sickly, now we're going to go in with this mixture of that Voluptuous Pink with some of that Nurgle's Rot, and look at that. Now nope, that's not what I'm doing. That's the wrong one. Shoot, there we go. Let's see here. Now it looks sick. It looks very ilk, you know. You can always like put in a little bit of green wash or something in there, like a purple wash, to really try and get that that decay look for it. And then what we want to do is we want to just go on a little bit on the outside. And that's going to make it look like it's bruised and festering. Right? And it's a little too much in there, so we're just going to soak it up like a syringe. And then once that is dry, as long as it's not too black, what we'll do is we can add in just a touch of this this green tone. And zoom back out. Well, this is fantasy Loki. It can be whatever color we want it to be. If you look at The Walking Dead, for example, they're not trying or seeking out to make things realistic. We can do it however we want. And I encourage people to experiment, you know? Not everything needs to be uniform. That's one of the best parts about the hobby, is getting to utilize some creativity. So we're just going to dab in a little bit of that green there, a little bit of green wash, and then that's that. Okay. So now I was just touching up some of these that I had missed earlier. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, where is it? So what I was using first a circle of purple around it, and then afterwards doing a little bit of red to just add to the soreness of the flesh. Just a little bit of it covering onto the wounds itself. And so I know there's a couple that I missed here. We're just going to go and circle around on those, because otherwise they look a little bit weird. There we go. Now they look like they're, you know, growing out of him rather than just kind of stuck on like with glue. There we go. And I'm seeing I missed a couple of bits there, so I might have to redo some of that a little bit. That's no problem. It's not the end of the world. There we go. And did I miss some? I do know that I need to touch up some on the bottom there. Gotta go there a bit. Now, where were those? So this one could use just a little bit of touch up right there, like that. Because we want them to really pop, right? Well, look like they're about to pop. Visually speaking, we want them to pop. Let's see here. Where was that? Ah, here we go. Now, it might be a little tricky to identify the ones that are missing the red, but that's okay. For this one, you want to try and avoid getting it directly on the yellow bit. Instead, just really focusing on the skin parts, because the only goal with this one is just to make the flesh look sore. Perfect. And while I'm doing that, let's get some kind of gold brown and do those teeth. All right, so kind of want to start off with just where they pick up the most. And if it's not necessarily super clear or definable, we'll just do little lines to try and give them some shape. So we've got a little bit, oh, that one's a little watery. There we go. Oh, hey, Gannon. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Alright, so I've done that. What else was I going to do? I could touch up more on the bone bits. So move upwards onto my jackbone from P3. Yeah, streaming in correlation with other people's time zones is not easy. Especially if there's like somebody that like either you want to attend their stream or you want to try and avoid streaming over top of their like time slot. Really, there's like no way of doing it without basically conflicting with somebody's schedule. So before, I used to try and avoid overlapping on anyone, and then over time I realized I'm like there's no real like way of avoiding it without like streaming at like 2 a.m. Time zone provided, of course. So I just don't bother anymore. I used to, but it's too difficult. uh, yeah, most important. But yeah, no, I've considered opening up either like swapping one of my stream times, potentially my Saturday one to being a bit later in the day, but yeah, I never really followed through with it. Just like largely just for the interest of like trying to see like can I get my audience size to grow up a little bit, and see if I can, just expand who can participate. But at the same time, like, what is it? I think it's like Friday afternoons are one of the hardest because while there's a lot of people that are viewing during those hours, there's also like a lot of other people streaming at that exact same time, and so then like if you're trying to get your numbers higher, those are some of the hardest, most difficult times to do it because everyone else is streaming at those hours, right? I was talking with a couple guys in the UK, and I was telling them, I'm like, yeah, no, my stream is like almost exclusively, has a UK audience, just about UK and Europe, because that's when it's like 8-9 p.m. Like a lot of people, they're done their shift, they're unwinding. And it's good, All right. So I think I just need to do just a little bit more on the bones, and then I think this one is more or less finished. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. People come in, they watch, and then they go to bed. Which is funny because it with those streams, like when people do end up attending, right? Like the people who attend, the very beginning of my stream is the most populated, and then it dies off in the second half, which is neat. I don't mind. I think the observation of it and being knowledgeable of it is fascinating. I am interested in growing the stream, though. I've talked about it before. It's no secret. But I was when I logged in, I saw I had like 6 new follows from like within the last 6 or so hours, and I have no idea like where those 6 people came from. So I was very, very interested in finding out about that, but I have no way of identifying it. Maybe they came in from Instagram. Who knows? Or maybe somebody was talking about me. I don't know. Who would talk about me? No one. Who am I kidding? No one's going to talk about me. I remember a lot of people came in from Warlander. That was really cool. Oh.
Oh, is that from David T? Of course it is. Oh, that's super cute.
That's super cute.
Sorry.
No, nothing to be sorry about. Alright, I really like this guy. I think this is a nice, gross zombie. We all look for growth. Exactly. I talk about everybody. I talk about everybody, especially behind their backs. Mostly compliments. Alright. Now, I guess I gotta do his, like, shoes, or what's left of his shoes, but I think this is, like, a nice little happy zombie. Yeah, right. Oh, you know what? I know what I'm missing. Vomit. I'm missing vomit. Vomit and pus. They're slightly different shades. Oh, God. So we're gonna just put in some trails of blech. You know, get some of that maybe coming down from his mouth. Ooh, the ones that are stabbed, yes, those require it. Mandated black. What is KODT? I don't know this. My apologies. Cod. I do not know cod. Alright. So, got a little bit of that stuff. Nice and gross. It's lovely. And now we're going to add more gross to it. Where is my bottle of dry blood? There we go. I've got blood for the blood god, and then I've got dry blood. In this case, I'm going to be going with the dry blood because it's a little bit more like rancid. Knights of the Dinner Table. No idea what that is. Tell me all about it. I would love to find out. Share with me your wisdom of the Knights of the Dinner Table. So with this, we'll go in there, and we're just going to mix up slime and blood. Mix up slime and blood. this guy should clearly have blood coming out from his mouth. He's been nomming. Om and om and om and om. Maybe this wound right here. Yeah, he's got blood on his hands. Yeah. Not necessarily clean, but you know, it's there. Yeah, like some of there and there. He's missing a finger. That's gotta be bloody. Bloop. And get some in the hands there. Gotta get a little bit of splatter there too. So how we do a nice splatter? So take a nice firm bristle brush, maybe kind of like so, like this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fling the blood on it. So get a whole bunch on here like this. You can see it's all on the tip there. And we do this, and we go fwatcha, fwatcha. And we just keep flicking it, and as they fly back, obviously we're going to get some on our fingertips. That's okay. Fwatcha! That's kind of giving this like sprinkly blood. It's not very much. Clearly, we need more sprinkly blood. See if we can get some like big globs. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. And I think that is our zombie. Let's see here. Yeah, what do you guys think? Ah, there's no blood on that one. Let's fix that up. Clearly, there would be blood coming out of that one. So nasty. Oh! Gotta do a little bit of dry brushing on the base. Here, 1 second. I gotta get the nod of approval. Good. I got the appropriate response. Why? Excellent. All right. So, Knights of the Dinner Table was a comic book about a group of players playing D&D with the DM, and one of the players was a mage who was the ex-DM that brought up really obscure rules and expansions. One was a player who wanted to kill everything, but played a dwarf rogue and wanted to backstab everyone. Fighter actor. Oh, cool. I like that. That sounds fun. Ah, and because most people play D&D at a dinner table. Now I get it. Ah. Too much paint. All right. So, move on to this guy. Alright, so this one I want to try make it a little different. So we're going to end up redoing this as a dark green, and we're going to cover just about everything except for the utmost shadows. So was the XDM because he was a little bit too intense or just like obscure? Or did he just want to be a player? Hey, Morgoth! Hey, no worries. It's all good if you can't stay. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. So this one I just finished up. So, and I'm just trying to experiment with a few things here. So this one I was going for a purple skin. This one I'm going to go with more of a greenish skin, but with purple like shadows, and hopefully it's gonna be interesting. I don't know, I'm just kind of experimenting, you know? Hopefully it won't turn out too badly. I think it might take a lot of work to get the pustules to work. because they are going to kind of end up being similar to the highlights. Whereas in this one, they work really well because they're complementary colors. It's always fine. Yeah, no, that's true. Well, it's lovely to have you come in and say hi. Let's see here. Hey, 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 hey. You're all good. You're okay. Here, let's give Morgoth a shout out, actually. Because if I recall correctly. Yeah, Morgoth streams. Here we go. We were talking last night. Morgoth. Nurgling's cat? Yes, that's my cat. Oh, it's one of my cats. I got two cats with me here. And the office is super warm. Just not very fun. How was your day? Did your day go well? Because we were talking earlier this morning for you. Last night for me. You want to? I'm link friendly. If you have any images that you want to share, or anything from like your, anything from your Instagram, here. Regulars and Morgoth. There you go. So yeah, if you have any images that you want to share from your stream, anything like that, please feel free to. I am super self-promotion friendly. I don't think we're going to get anywhere without helping each other out. Yeah, that's right, Ganon. Heading to bed. Nice to catch you. Have a good one, Ravenarts. Lovely to see you. And before you go, give Ravenarts a shout out too. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot to give you a shout out as well. Ravenarts Minis is a streamer based in the UK. And also paints up a good deal of Warhammer figures. Yo, Warlander! How's it going? And a big shout out to Warlander. Warlander is a friend of the channel, fellow Canadian, and honestly a huge supporter. I'm always deeply touched when whenever Warlander gives shout outs, because when Warlander shows support, Warlander goes all out. There is no holding back. And so we just finished this guy up here, Warlander. I was wanting to test a color scheme of faded purples. So I got a nice big, blister covered zombie. And in this one, I'm starting off with purple, and then I'm going into light greens, light faded greens, and I'm just going to see how that works out. Because really what I want to do is I want to paint up my Archvillain Games mini, and I want to do her in a kind of a purplish scheme. So I'm just trying to find out, like, what are some of the ways I can achieve that. So right now I'm just painting up these Zombicide bursters from Black Plague, which are some super fun sculpts. If you ask me, they never should have made these Kickstarter exclusives. I think everyone should be able to get these in the default box, but that is not the case, unfortunately. Because I think these are just lovely. After 3 days with no Wi-Fi, the kids did not roast us alive. Oh, it's wonderful to see you too. Oh, and Olimiches. Hello, Olimiches. Evil GF is here. She fell asleep in my arms in bed. Hopefully she got a good night. Oh, that's good to hear. Olimiches. Yeah, you two take care of each other, eh? Yeah, let's see. Do I like this so far? I don't know if I like this or not, but I'm going to keep going, find out. Everything has, as I call it, the butt ugly phase. It looks like butts. But we're just going to keep going, and maybe we can make something cool out of it. And man, it is warm as heck. Spring has decided to show its face here in British Columbia, it seems. Need some water. Going to be 20. Yeah, that's what I was being told too. Is it's going to be 20 here, and my body is not prepared. I am still in winter mode, but I guess that all has to change. Right, Gannon? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest. I do not like the summer. I do not look forward to the summer. I think it's too hot in the summer. I like the cold. Wholesale, I like the cold. I would rather it be 0 degrees. But that is me, and that is just the preference my body has. I do not like heat stroke. I do not like heat exhaustion. I do not like sweating. I do not like running out of layers of clothes to take off and still being too warm. I am a true northerner at heart. All right. guy is just not looking great. So what you working on today, Warlander? What you and the boys doing? Did you finish up your terrain for your local whole game store? Or game club? I see that I finished my stream with a long speech about love, miniatures, and on divine nature. Bless the bubbos. Alright. You have a lovely rest of the night there, Morgoth. Totally missed that one message. Sorry about that. I've got like 3 chatters and somehow I'm missing their messages. My apologies. Yeah, you have a great day as well. Bye. Bye. Oh, I already read that message. Man, my memory is like a squirrel brain. Can read the same "Have a nice day" 5 times, and I'll reply to it each time. Yeah. It's all good though. I'm always telling people to not be so hard on themselves. I shouldn't be so hard on myself either. Okay, so I got that. So there is like the harshest mold line right there. So let's fix that up. And we'll just paint over it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be reprimed or anything. Just need to get rid of that. Oof. There we go, that's a little bit better. Perfect. Alright, so I got that. Yeah, just keep plugging at this screen. I think I'm disliking it because there's still a little too much purple showing. Alrighty. No, still not ready. Yeah, this little piece of red paint stuck to my finger. Keep looking at it and I'm like, am I bleeding? Or is that paint? Am I bleeding? Nope, that's paint. I can't be the only hobbyist that looks at that sometimes. Got not a terrible pain threshold either, too, so I'll get cut and I won't notice that I've been cut. In case anyone's like, how can you be bleeding and not realize that you're hurt? Pretty easy, it turns out. Yeah, Ganon. Alright, so I'm just going to move on to the next one and hope that it doesn't look bad. You know, we'll find out together. It's kind of a nice thing, right? Like, I get to find out if the scheme works or not. Same time you guys do. Where did I put the base color for that? Here it is. Because I know these three together work really nicely, because that is what this guy has. And I considered doing a purple base first, because I had originally painted that in purple, and it didn't look too terrible. Hi, Ganon. Yeah, I know what time of day it is. I know that if I stand up, you're going to go running, and you're going to go screaming, and you're going to make a big fuss. And you're going to be like, feed me! And I'm going to be like, ah. Can you wait? And you'll be like, no! Right, Ganon? So already, I'm liking how this is looking. So how are all you guys doing? Yeah, you got a little bit. I got a little bit of a silent crowd today. They're just totally cool. It's always perfectly acceptable. I have been reading. Well, reading. I have been listening to the audiobook for The Lords of Silence in the Black Library for the last couple days. Gotta say, it is a great tale and story. It is my first venture into the Black Library. Thoroughly pleased thus far. Oh, again it. Scared, impressed, and amazed at the same time. I'll need a little bit of context. What is making you feel those feelings? No, Ganon, you're fine, buddy. Am I going to hear comments about the brush I'm using? Champster has gone outdated. I don't know what Champster is. For 1 year, opening on a new PC and a lot of stuff broken. It's patching, a lot of file configs. Sounds like you're talking programmer. I don't understand what you're talking about, buddy. I will be honest with you. If you tell me that that is a bad thing, I will take your word for it, though. I really have no idea what Champster is. What is Champster? So you say that you built Champster. What is it? Is it a game that you did? Is it something you did in Unity? Knowing that information is going to give me a lot of context as to what you're talking about. Champster is your game. Okay, perfect. There we go. Cool, so you saved it. That's good, that's good, that's good. And so you built it in 2016. Okay. So obviously, yeah, it would be outdated. Totally makes sense. Set up manually. Whenever model got updated, we needed to set up new settings again. Had some time off. I mean, the quarantines put a lot of stuff in halt, right? There's a lot of things that are not moving because of that, right? So, just gotta stay hopeful. Things will pick up again. And should be better at that time, hopefully. Presenting a giant thing is spent over 1,000 hours on over the years. Part of a new job interview, and it's barely working. And we guess I've actually built this. Fix minor issues. Yeah. Well, I mean, whether or not they're expecting it to be working exactly, I don't know. Hopefully, they're understanding that due to software updates, patches, OS versioning, that they, again, are understanding. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. That's my point, right? Like, being able to show the structure of it should help in making your point rather than is it still operational later. Yeah, it really depends on the team. Ah, shoot. That's what I get for looking away from the palette and still moving my hands. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Bless you. I think you got him excited by standing up. Alright, so he's starting to look more like an orc than anything else. Not really my goal. We'll see where this goes. Hi! Oh yeah, I'm aware of that, Loki. I work in online security, and my background is in game design. That's why I'm saying they should be understanding. So I wouldn't be too worried if I were you. It's just when you talk programmer talk, that stuff is beyond me. If we start talking about compiling things, you're going over my head. But the acknowledgement that anything left on the cupboard or on the shelf is, going to be irrelevant or inoperational over a period of time, that I'm more than familiar with. We had a lot of customers who were getting up in arms that we stopped supporting TLS 1.0 and 1.0. And it's like, well, I don't know what to tell you because Microsoft has stopped using them, and TLS 1.2 is 10 years old. Like, there's no reason for you to be up in arms about it. Or like customers who are still insisting on running on what is it? Gannon, you're fine. On old versions of Windows, it's just beyond me. Okay, you need to stop that. Cut it out. Oh, you got a video of it? Oh, that's cool. Share that in the Discord. Share your work, man. Let people see the cool things that you work on. If you want to, of course. I mean, it's up to you. No pressure, obviously. But I think that sounds really cool. I am seeing that this is much more of a white than I anticipated. And it's a little chalky. Not my favorite. But hopefully it'll work really well once I start putting washes on the sores and stuff, and it does pop or make those pustules kind of vibrant, which I really like. We'll see. I think I prefer the purple one because these guys are bloated, for me at least. You know what I'll do, actually, I think I'll do this. think I'll mix the two colors. There we go. That's a bit better, and it applies better. I think I like the purpley grayish skin a little bit more because it makes them look like they are full of fluid, whereas this paler white-ish color kind of looks more blood drained. If that makes any sense. Hey, Borax, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Can take your channel name on YouTube. There are 4 Champster channels now. Yeah. So on YouTube, yeah, anyone can have the same name, but not everyone can have the same URL. So after you have 80 subscribers, you're eligible for getting your own personalized URL, which is why I keep asking people to sign up and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can reserve YouTube/channel/MelloMinis. Hey, no worries, Borax. Nice to have you come along in. So right now I'm just experimenting with some zombie skin tones. This is the last one that I just did. I think this one's probably going to be my favorite scheme. It's got the very purplish. Oh, you know what? I see that I'm a little overexposed. Let me dial that down. There we go. So working on this like purplish tone. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Kind of loving it. Yeah. So now what I'm doing is I'm experimenting with kind of a pale green stacked on top of a purple, so like all the shadows are purple. And hoping to see if that works out well for me, you know? It's a weird concept, like I've been telling people, just YouTube Champster. Yep, nope. Well, I mean, you know, now you know. I am not in love with this. Nope. Not in love with it. That's okay. Maybe it'll look better when I start applying all the sores and the washes. Okay, perfect. I'll check it out after the stream. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. Hopefully this is going to wrap things up nicely together, make it a bit more cool like this guy. So what we're doing is we're gonna put in some purple wash, and we're not gonna go over the whole model. That's overkill, especially for a purple wash. Instead, what we want to do is we're just going to circle around on these sores. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, going to go half on the sore and half on the skin, and we're just trying to create this look that, it's kind of diseased, it's kind of sore, the skin is agitated, a little bit of bruising and swelling. Ganon's a jerk now. He's transformed, guys. It's no longer the venerable Donut Lord. He's Ganon the Beast. He's screaming at me, folks. He's screaming. He's demanding food. It's probably not a bad idea to take a break, stand up a little bit, grab some water while I'm at it, feed him and Zelda. Starting to look a little bit better. It's going to look much better with the red, but I'm just going to step away here for just a moment, and I'm just going to feed the cats. What do you guys think? I'm definitely leaning towards this one, but I will be right back in a little bit, okay? There we go. I'm back. Alrighty. So, just gonna get the glove on here. Yep. You know what? I will switch that out because I can't seem to get that one on. It's a little too much sweat on the inside. I can't tell which is the inside out on this one either. It looks like that's the inside. There we go. Important fact, whenever possible, they're a little pricier, but if you're using gloves regularly, get nitrile gloves, because overexposure to latex can make you allergic to latex. So, you want to get nitrile food grade gloves. So as I'm adding the wash here, things are starting to look a little bit better. Again, this is just like all to make the skin look more sore. Let's see here. I mean, after a couple of years, you can't expect to fully remember it. Even if you have an above average memory or ability to recall things. But welcome to the land of forgetting. All right. Here, give me 1 second. All right. So, let's see here. No, that part's a little on the... Yeah, I'm just not in love with this. You know? I just think this one's so much better. I'm gonna keep going on it, but yeah, and now I know this is why we do these tests, right? Please. Yeah, yes, please. I see a knocked over bottle? No, I don't.
Hey, hurry up, please.
Non-stop licking. Scratch, 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 scratch. Goes the sound for tongue against her cone. Alrighty. So with that, I think I'm going to cut things off a half hour early, guys. It is super hot in this office here. Not really in the most wonderful of moods because of the heat. So what I'm going to do, cause basically I'm an ant underneath a magnifying glass with how our office is set up. So I'm gonna take a look. Let's see who is online, and we can give them a little bit of a raid. Again, I closed that. Go away. There we go. Let's take a look here. So I see Kale. I see. Oh, hey, Zelda, come on. Just laying down. Let's see here. What is he? He's doing Starcraft. You know what? I think what we can do is, let's go give a raid over to Ash. Or you know what? This is it. You know what? This is one that I have never been to. I don't think I've raided them before. Let's take a look here. What are they doing? That's kind of cute. And what is Ash working on? I don't think Ash is doing mini painting right now. So yeah, what we'll go do is we're gonna raid these guys. Alright. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day. We're just going to go and raid Severamonto. And hopefully have a good time. And for everyone who is coming with me, you have a wonderful rest of the day. And take care, alright?